Royal guards have long been symbols of discipline, unwavering dedication, and the pride of their respective monarchies. These soldiers are not just ceremonial figures standing at attention. They are highly trained, skilled individuals who play a crucial role in ensuring the security of royal families and institutions, while their stoic expressions and disciplined demeanor make them seem unflappable. There have been moments when their patience has been pushed to its limits. What happens when these guards are faced with real threats, or when tourists push their boundaries? The answer is simple: they show no remorse. In today's video, we're exploring some of the most shocking and unexpected moments when royal guards had to take drastic action to protect their posts. From unruly tourists and disrespectful individuals to outright intruders, these guards didn't hesitate to act, proving that their role isn't just about standing still. It's about defending the monarchy, and they do it without hesitation. Let's jump into the incidents that show just how far these royal guards will go when they're pushed. 1. The overzealous tourist at Buckingham Palace. One of the most famous royal guard posts is undoubtedly outside Buckingham Palace in London. Every day, crowds of tourists gather to watch the changing of the guard, a ceremonial event where soldiers in red coats and bearskin hats march to relieve the current guards. The public loves to get as close as possible to these guards, hoping to capture the perfect photograph or video. But some tourists don't understand the invisible line that should never be crossed. One day, a tourist got a little too close to the guard standing at his post outside Buckingham Palace. He was likely unaware of the fact that royal guards have a strict protocol to follow, and getting in their space isn't a simple faux pas. It's an intrusion into a highly secure area. The tourist, perhaps thinking the guard wouldn't react, stepped forward and stood within arm's reach of the soldier, all while trying to get the perfect selfie. The guard, without skipping a beat, raised his rifle and barked, "Step back." The tourist hesitated, thinking it was part of the performance. But the guard wasn't playing games. He moved swiftly, stepping forward, and slammed the rifle down onto the pavement in front of the tourist. The loud noise made everyone stop in their tracks, and the tourist immediately took a few steps back in surprise. The message was clear: don't mess with the royal guard. There was no remorse in the guard's actions, just pure authority. He didn't break his stoic expression, and security quickly intervened, escorting the confused tourist away. The guard resumed his position as if nothing had happened, showing once again that he was not just a statue. He was there to protect, not entertain. 2. The drunk intruder at Stockholm Palace. In Stockholm, Sweden, the royal guards stationed at the royal palace are tasked with more than just standing still for tourists. They are there to protect the Swedish monarchy from threats both large and small. One incident that stands out occurred when a man, clearly intoxicated, approached the palace gates late one evening. His behavior was erratic, and he appeared to be making threats to the guards as he stumbled closer to the entrance. At first, the guards tried to ignore him, continuing their duties as though nothing was wrong. But when the man began to shout and approach too closely to the gates, they knew it was time to take action. One guard stepped forward, blocking the man's path. The intoxicated individual, refusing to heed the warnings, attempted to push past the guard. The response was swift and immediate. The guard used his rifle to push the man back, shoving him forcefully into the barricade. The man was knocked off balance, stumbling backward in shock. The guard didn't show any sign of remorse for his actions. His expression remained as calm and unmoving as ever. Security soon arrived, and the man was escorted off the property, likely to sleep off his intoxication somewhere far away from the palace. This incident served as a stark reminder of the professionalism of the royal guards. They were there to protect the monarchy, and they would show no hesitation when faced with someone who posed a threat. 3. The attempted break-in at the Dutch royal palace. In the Netherlands, the royal guards at Noordeinde Palace are tasked with a similar duty: to ensure the safety of the Dutch royal family. However, unlike in other countries where the guards are purely ceremonial, these guards face real threats. In one shocking incident, a man tried to scale the walls of Noordeinde Palace, attempting to break into the royal compound. The guards immediately noticed the suspicious activity. As the man scaled the wall, He must have thought he could sneak by without getting caught. But royal guards don't miss a thing. One of the guards moved toward the wall, his rifle raised in preparation. The moment the man was spotted, the guard shouted for him to stop, but the intruder kept climbing. Without wasting any time, the guard pushed forward and used the rifle to shove the man back down. The intruder fell to the ground, and his attempt to break in was immediately thwarted. The guard didn't display any emotion or remorse as he stood his ground, fully committed to the duty of protecting the palace and its inhabitants. Security quickly took over, arresting the man for his attempt. The royal guard didn't show remorse because his actions were justified. It was his duty to protect the royal family at all costs, and this was a clear violation of that duty. He didn't think twice about stepping into action. 4. The aggressive drunk man in Canada. Rideau Hall in Ottawa, Canada, serves as the official residence of the Governor-General of Canada. It's not just an important government building, it's also a place where security is paramount. One evening, a clearly intoxicated man approached the guards at Rideau Hall. He was shouting and stumbling, demanding to see the Governor-General. When the guards refused to engage with him, the man grew even more aggressive. He pushed closer to the gates, leaning against the barricade as though trying to force his way inside. The guards remained composed at first, trying to de-escalate the situation. But as the man continued to shout, stepping closer and refusing to back off, the guard closest to him acted swiftly. The guard stepped forward and firmly placed himself between the man and the entrance. When the man continued his tirade, the guard didn't hesitate. He raised his rifle and pushed the man back with force. The man fell backward, clearly stunned by the sudden reaction. Security quickly intervened, escorting the man away, and the guards returned to their posts without a single change in their demeanor. There was no remorse for the action. The guard had done what was necessary to protect the compound. 5. The intruder at Windsor Castle. Windsor Castle is not just the oldest occupied royal residence in the world, it's also one of the most heavily guarded places in the UK. The royal guards stationed there are tasked with ensuring that no harm comes to the royal family. One such incident involved an individual who attempted to breach the gates of Windsor Castle in the middle of the night. The intruder was trying to climb over the castle's high security walls, likely unaware of the rigorous monitoring system in place. As the man attempted to scale the walls, the guards noticed immediately. Within moments, a guard approached the scene, rifle raised and ready for action. The intruder, realizing he had been spotted, hesitated, but that moment of indecision would cost him. The guard called for the man to stop, but he didn't. The lead guard fired a warning shot near the ground, sending a clear message that he was not to be trifled with. The intruder quickly climbed down and surrendered, realizing the severity of the situation. There was no remorse from the guard. His job was to protect, and he did so without hesitation. The security around the castle ensured that the man was quickly arrested, but the guard remained stoic, never once faltering in his responsibility to the monarchy. No remorse, just duty. Royal guards are not simply ceremonial figures. They are the first line of defense against potential threats. The moments we've discussed today show that when it comes to the safety and security of the royal family, these guards are always ready to act, no matter the circumstance. They don't need to apologize for doing their job, and they certainly don't show remorse. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the no-nonsense attitude of the royal guards, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. There's always more to explore, and we'll keep bringing you shocking and incredible stories from around the world. Stay tuned for more.